although some support it, I've been getting dragged on the internet for finding a job for $18 an hour because I didn't want to go on site and drive 90 plus miles a day. But check this.
$18 an hour. Just people. Which is crazy because I stitched the video on my TikTok about this dude that does he was doing some type of job where he's a manager or something. And this man was getting paid $17 an hour and realizing his manager's friend, his peers were getting paid $32 an hour, $40 an hour. He was getting 17 and he had degrees and everything. So that just made me think about that.
This is another part of the whole hiring process that I cannot stand as far as these salaries and the required work that these companies want you to do for little pay. 6 interviews and a shadow day of work later, I get an offer for $45K salary for an on-site position. This is the tech industry. Sis said, I'm finna just accept and work my own businesses to the map and go off the grid because working for the man at this point is over.
Now, I do want to interject right there because it's like, I don't like when people don't have context. Like,
I was just about to say the same thing. Like, what role was this for? How experienced are they? What is this company? What were those interviews like? Like, what? I need more details. 6 interviews is insane. 3 is a lot. 3 is a lot.
Okay, I was going to say, hey, I can't even think about over 3. And 3 is already pushing it.
So I can, but I still need, like you said, some context behind this. Like, what role was this for?
I agree. And I think it's just that there also is on devil's advocate, there's a lot of entitlement of new people trying to come in and thinking I feel like everybody should get a livable wage. But some people with no transferable skills want to come in and make a lot of money just because they think they should make it versus like their skill set matching up for them making a lot of money. Like they didn't put in the work to get paid the money that they think they deserve. And so you have people like that scoffing at $45,000, $50,000 when they probably was just making $30,000 or they had no skills. And I realized just take them skills and then within a year or something, you can make more than that.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't think the pay is the biggest issue for her. The biggest issue is the responsibilities, the amount of interviews, the amount of decision making that it took just to get that offer. Something like this, I'm pretty sure she wouldn't really have much of an issue with if it was like maybe one interview and it's, hey, you want to be doing some simple task that's repetitive, the job of one person instead of the job of 3 people, then it makes sense that salary is low. It doesn't require a lot of skills. It didn't require a lot of time up front that you're investing into the company with all these interviews. But to go through all those interviews and then working and then 90 miles of travel, all of that for 45, that's the disrespect that she's talking about.
I want to know more about the shadow day because that's weird. And how do you let me shadow as a non-employee seeing or what am I shadowing? Obviously someone working, which means I'm seeing some sort of data from the company that I probably shouldn't be seeing because I'm not an employee technically. So the shadow piece, I got questions for the person who wrote this just so I can have a better understanding on what the situation was.
Right. You don't find that suspicious.
Exactly. Also, the on-site position doesn't shock me for the pay because
but I'm not worried about that. Let's deal with this. You mean to me you went through 6 interviews and you shadowed somebody to not know what you was getting paid before like getting the offer? That lets me know one or two things. This story is fake or this person don't have any experience.
It's definitely something about it is
salary. If not, like call somebody else.
Because people don't even like doing the little assessments, the little coding stuff that they have to do when they code. Like they don't even like doing that. So a shadow day, not a project, not a take home. A shadow day is just crazy to me.
And also, I wonder if it was actually 6 interviews or was it actually 3? But the last round had like a
whole bunch of people. That's the same thing I was thinking.
Like that's how typical mine has been. It's like you got the recruiter, hiring manager, then you have like a loop of like 1, 2, 3. Like they kind of count in the last range, but it's like they don't really kind of count it like different interviews. It's like all together but spaced out. Because sometimes, look, sometimes you got to get them jobs where your interview it's not the whole day, but it's like 4 to 6 hours and it's spaced out.
Yep.
So you have 2 people like each hour, then you have like lunch, and then you'll come back. So,
That's how I prefer it. Let's knock it out today, so
If
I don't
this
have to be anxious today and tomorrow.
If this sounds like a whole schedule I have to make for multiple interviews, hey, that pay, it better not be anywhere near.
Right? Because if you're already working, especially, you're absolutely going to have more than one interview. Now, I don't know how they all like to get them scheduled, but just know you might need to miss some work.
Yeah.
Depending on their availability, because it's not just yours too, it's when they're available too.
Right. And now we can kind of closing remarks or whatever. But for those who've been following me, know that I posted about. I've been really happy for like my latest client who got his first offer with a company that I was supposed to be working at. But that's neither here nor there. But I'm really happy for him. Like I was telling Lee, that one of the bigger things I was happy about is that they told him, his direct feedback was like, hey, you outperformed your resume in your interview process. And
so he was well prepared.
Yeah. I helped prepare him. So that was like a big thing, like also a selling point when y'all should go check out my new website. Well, it's not new, but I revamped it until I moved to Kajabi. I think it's simpler to the point, and I think people like it. But that's like the hardest part for people when they want to pivot. It's like they learn all this stuff, but what are they going to ask me? Because interviews not like tests. Like you rarely get a study guide. Now, sometimes you have a good recruiter that'll say, hey, we typically ask these questions, kind of makes you know how to answer these. But for the most part, you don't know what they're going to ask you. And that's what makes interviews like so pressing and hard and make you have anxiety. But this particular company is cool because they kind of ask things that should be based on the level that you should be interviewing at. They don't expect you to know stuff you should know. Like they didn't ask him anything about Yara and JSON like Alight asked him. They asked him about reverse malware engineering and stuff. Granted, he shouldn't have put that on his resume, but still. So he did good. It's not a 6-figure security job, but it's a job that's going to lead to him getting that amount within like a year. If not, like, of course he's going to be there like a year or two, but he will get that in no time, and he's going to get the skills to pay the bills. That's the biggest part. Like y'all trying to hit the home run, but just get the first base and get your experience. You know what I'm saying? Then eventually you could be a security engineer too, working at Lockheed Martin, working at a Microsoft.
Right. Sure, yeah.
That's Mr. LM right there, man.
That's Mr. What you call your stuff? Confidential. That's actually the name of the company.
Confidential is hilarious. Yes. Did you send that to him?
I think I did. Do not message me saying you applied to Confidential and ask me, can I give you any tips? I don't work at Confidential. I just have it.
That tickled me. I'm not gonna lie. That definitely tickled me.
Hey, how do you supposed to know the difference, man? If it's a company and you saying it's,
maybe they can look at like a company actually being called Confidential and seeing that I don't have a logo of any company on my company. So that's one. Also, I was being funny. So that what I posted on my story about what I tweeted to Tank, he said keep him out of that BS or whatever, but he deleted the quote tweet, so I had to screenshot it because Javante is the king of deleting tweets. So I was like, yeah, I wonder if somebody gonna make a YouTube video about that because he always will say something and delete it. I feel like it'd be a smart move if he's gonna walk out with Kendrick. It'd be pretty funny.
Oh, you know what? I think I seen that. He responded to your tweet.
Yeah, he quoted.
You made it now, huh? You got celebrities responding to you.
Man, I mean, it's been a lot of like different type of celebrities that's like responded to me throughout the years. I won't name one of the people that responded to me, but I'll just say Jeep got a famous car named after this, and then if you can fill in the blanks, you can think about who responded to me on Twitter before.
Jeep.
Huh. Look at him.
I know you're talking about. Bye.
See, she got it. He's still thinking. That's how I know he Gen Z.
No.
Oh Lord.
No, that ain't got nothing to do with me, man.
Yes, it do. You Gen
No,
Z.
Gen
Anybody
Z
Wait,
got nothing to do with me, man.
any millennial would have got that right away. You barely went to Hollywood Video or Blockbuster.
I know about all of that. All this stuff is gone.
I said you barely went.
I
That's
know
why.
about all of that. It's crazy. You didn't experience it?
Blockbuster actually going to buy your movies out of the store?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, yeah, why not? VCRs, all that.
Mm-hmm.
All of that. Come on, man. Stop trying to play me, man.
It's okay to be Gen Z.
Stop trying to play me.